The Justice League and DC's legacy heroes' victory in overcoming darkness in Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths may be short-lived. The newest version of Suicide Squad and Amanda Waller now seem to be a threat to every single metahuman. She was last seen forming her own version of the Justice League on Earth 3 in an attempt to bring planetary peace through, you guessed it, force. Join us as we explore why Suicide Squad may have become DC's most important villains and how Batgirl's original place on the team has been redefined. To kick off, what is Amanda Waller up to? Amanda Waller's suggestions seem to find traction with the mysterious members of the Council of the Light. This all takes place on Infinite Earths number 7. Her proposal to the Council is that the Light takes all necessary measures to make sure humanity survives, while the surge of new, superpowered catastrophes plays itself out. She goes on to suggest that all DC villains and heroes are imprisoned, and she brands them as an increasing threat to the entire multiverse. The Light tasks her with eradicating all metahumans instead of imprisoning them. This goes for villains and heroes alike. It has always been Waller's primary ambition to save humanity from the dangers posed by metahumans, and it seems she has finally been given the means to achieve that ambition. She famously formed Task Force X, or the Suicide Squad, to do the dirty and immoral work Superman refused to do. Missions to assassinate world leaders and wipe civilian targets off the face of the planet have been undertaken by her supervillains. After their most recent mission, Waller took command of her own crime syndicate / Justice League on Earth 3, and then, back on Earth Prime, she also took over the former Suicide Squad. After Dark Crisis and the Danger Earth's metahumans were supposed to be posing, the True Justice League is disbanded. And with this in mind, Waller has now shaped the ultimate Suicide Squad, so she can bring an end to the power of the metahuman population. In fact, an end to the metahuman population as a whole. Batgirl's new squad redefines her DCU spot. We're looking into that in a moment, so stay with us. Now, there are new members on the squad too: Bloodsport and Peacemakers. Two of the primary Suicide Squad members may already be familiar to fans. The backstory of the newest members still has to be explored though. Peacemaker stands next to a woman wearing some version of his costume. Next to her is a villain that looks like he's wearing Batman's cowl. There is Bizarro and Superman's backward symbol, the color scheme and smile logo that belongs to Joker, and Sinestro's yellow ring. While Waller now commands her own league on Earth 3, the formation of Task Force X implies that her goals aren't exactly heroic. Nobody seems to know what Amanda Waller will do now that she has emerged victorious over the crime syndicate. And remember, Earth 3 has also been severed from the DC multiverse. She finally has the manpower and the resources to combat the metahumans, and it is more than probable that there will have to be some kind of cooperation between villains and heroes to survive Waller's attack. Whatever Waller and the Council of the Light could be planning, one thing remains clear: Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths number 7 has just turned the Suicide Squad into the most pressing threat facing all DC superhumans. Then, Batgirl's new Suicide Squad redefines her team spot. From the Birds of Prey to the Bat Family, Batgirl has featured on many teams, but some fans don't know she was also on the Suicide Squad. It seems she may be returning to this role, but this time it is as the leader of the squad's most extreme and final iteration. When she was Oracle, Babs was the intelligence center for the DCU. When someone required any kind of information, Oracle was their first stop. She also helped to organize teams and did this with her special brand of ruthless efficiency. Barbara Gordon served as an essential member of teams, ranging from the Justice League itself to the Seven Soldiers of Fortune. And now, while the world peers into the abyss of an undead invasion, she is poised to become DC's most critical hero. And she also seems ready to pursue her former lover, Nightwing, who you will remember recently became the Vampire King. Barbara Gordon, the former Batgirl, didn't show up much in comic books post the Killing Joke events. In 1987, Luke McDonnell, Robert Greenberger, and John Ostrander had an edition of Suicide Squad where readers finally saw her return. The squad had received help and information from a mysterious benefactor known as Oracle. Now, even Amanda Waller had no idea of her true identity. When it was revealed that Oracle was indeed none other than Barbara Gordon, the news was huge. It wasn't only big for the story moment, but also because of what it meant for the character. Babs was immediately catapulted from an all but forgotten DC no one to one of the DC Universe's most important and influential heroes. And all of this hinged on that single reveal in Suicide Squad. There is a powerful yet frightening upgrade on the Suicide Squad cards. Keep watching for more. So, with everyone gone, has Batgirl been promoted? Many fans don't know Babs was once involved with the Suicide Squad. In DC vs. Vampires #10 by Otto Schmidt, Matthew Rosenberg, and James Tynion IV, Barbara Gordon's team is labeled as a new Suicide Squad. They infiltrate Gotham to murder Dick Grayson. It is also revealed that the king of the vampires is Nightwing, and that he's a brutal killer. The fate of the world will be decided in a final battle between Barbara Gordon and Nightwing, and Gotham's infiltration depends on her rebirth as Oracle, the tech genius. Batgirl gathered a team that will do what others won't. The vampiric Damian Wayne, Frankenstein, Black Canary, and Harley Quinn to kill the one person she loves beyond anyone else in the world. Gotham is the vampire hub, and it is doubtful it will leave the city breathing, even if Nightwing falls. Thus, the name Suicide Squad is totally appropriate. This is deja vu. Barbara Gordon is proving again that there isn't a setback that can prevent her from benefiting the world as a truly influential hero. And she will go in even if the undead hold dominion and the sun is blotted out. With everyone else gone, Batgirl has been promoted. She once only played an information and tech support role, but now she is the leader of the squad, and she truly deserves the position. Now, Amanda Waller and the Suicide Squad's most powerful upgrade. The Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller's brainchild, got the most incredible upgrade when the monster that killed Superman became a weapon. There was a plan involving Doomsday, and this showed how Task Force X could possibly have become one of the most powerful forces in the DCU. To seriously damage Superman, you need a huge amount of skill, effort, and power. Clark, unfortunately, had no inkling of what he was getting himself into when Doomsday, a rampaging beast, arrived on Earth. Doomsday was more resilient and stronger than any face the Man of Steel had faced up to now, and he died while spending his last strength to vanquish the threat. Lex Luthor, Darkseid, and Brainiac weren't able to do what Doomsday managed: kill one of the most powerful DCU beings. And consequently, Doomsday's name became a synonym for the kind of power that could beat Superman. So nobody should be surprised that Amanda Waller has her sights set on the Suicide Squad recruiting this monster. The moment an even bigger threat reared its ugly head: a powerful cosmic menace. Imperiex launched an assault on the DCU in the crossover, Our Worlds at War. Amanda Waller seems to be out of options, and she sends the squad on a mission to facilitate Doomsday's release and use him in the fight against Imperiex's army. Mike Wieringo and Joe Casey's Adventures of Superman number 594 shows Superman making his way to the Justice League Watchtower. The barely alive Steel and the remnants of the Suicide Squad are all gathered there. Doomsday has been freed from his prison. Steel confirms this, and Superman sees that Doomsday is successful in his fight back against the Imperiex forces. The two form a team to turn the invasion around. Meanwhile, the most disturbing Suicide Squad member may be one of the lesser known members. To find out who that is, keep watching until the end of the video. Also, could Doomsday take the Suicide Squad to an entirely new level? Doomsday was never technically a member of the team, but his efforts make a case for how the Suicide Squad could be improved if he was officially added. There are capable magicians, speedsters, and assassins on the team, but not someone who can take on a cosmic force like Imperiex turned out to be. We all know Amanda Waller is power hungry, and someone like her would love to find a way to put Doomsday on a leash and boost her team. Doomsday may be too out of control to become a bona fide member of the Suicide Squad, and a bomb in his neck is unlikely to sway him. But Waller has found means to control other squad members, and she will undoubtedly find Doomsday's weak spot too. If she manages, she will be in control of one of the DC Universe's most powerful weapons and villains, and this will be a fantastic weapon to help her attain her goals. Face it, all kinds of things can go terribly wrong in the process, but from a pure story perspective, Doomsday as a member of the Suicide Squad can only be an interesting journey to explore. And finally, is the Thinker the most disturbing Suicide Squad member? Thinker is not all that well known, but he is one of the most disturbing members of the Suicide Squad, perhaps even more than the DCEU cares to admit. The Thinker was first introduced to audiences in 2021 in the Suicide Squad. The part was played by Peter Capaldi, but the Thinker has a long and rich history in the comics. Rick Flag takes the Thinker's helmet as his own in Doom Patrol / Suicide Squad #1 of 1988. But Rick Flag gets way more than he bargained on, and this first reveals the Thinker's evil machinations. In DC history, there have been a few Thinkers. This stretches back to the golden age of comics. Each iteration of the character shows he wants more control and more power. Watch out! And that, folks, is how we end the video. Thanks for staying with us. Remember to hit like, subscribe, and follow on your way out. And keep looking out for our next contribution.